What is going on, Pacer Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice Pacers. Guys, just coming off of the reaction to the live play-by-play to the Pacers versus the Heat. Talk about a tale of two halves, man. Pacers dominated the first half of action against the Miami Heat, but then the second half came around and the Miami Heat found their groove and almost came back on the Pacers, but the Pacers were able to hold on to their lead and bring their record to 45-34, remaining in the 6th seed, and we are just waiting for some more plays to happen around the NBA to see what happens with the remainder of this game of this record for the Pacers. But as I wanted to say, guys, early on in this game, the Pacers had the lead early on and made it big. Had 38 points in the first quarter. Almost had more points in the first quarter than the Miami Heat did in the whole first half. So it was looking very good for the Pacers, but then the Pacers were not able to keep up with the Miami Heat in the second half. The Miami Heat almost brought it back. The Heat were down by 22 at one point early in the second quarter or late in the second quarter, but clawed all the way back, almost tying the game and made it within one possession for a good chunk of the fourth quarter. The Pacers were able to hold on, though. But let's go ahead and hop into these numbers. Shot 51% from the field today for the Pacers. Heat shot 46%. Much better than in the first half. The first half, the Pacers shot 56 and the Heat shot 40. Now, to show you how amazingly bad the teams were from three, so just to give you an idea of it, so the Pacers were shooting, I think it was like 29% from three in the first half. They shot 28% altogether, so it wasn't like it was anything crazy. But the Heat were shooting 12.5% from three in the first half, and then proceeded to shoot much better in the second half. I think they were 6 of 11 from three-point range in the second half, so they were much better off. Free throws wise, both teams shot over 90%. Clearly, the favorite was the Miami Heat in the foul department. Some of the calls at the end were atrociously bad. Atrociously bad. Especially against Siakam. Some of the stuff there I was looking at, I was like, whatever. Okay, but either way, that happened. Rebounds was about the same, 39 to the Heat, 37 to the Pacers, 27 assists for the Pacers to 21 for the Heat. And overall, turnovers were the same. Points in the paint, the Pacers dominated that, scoring 58 to the Heat 42. I will give props to the Miami Heat for coming back in this game and doing what they did. It takes a lot to go from being down 22 to making it all the way back. So kudos to them. Some really great games here. 5 guys for the Miami Heat scoring 18 or more points in this game. Jovic was 18 points, 2 rebounds, shot 60% from the field. Jimmy Butler, their big-time playmaker, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists and a steal, shot 45% from the field, was 12 of 12 from the free throw line today. Bam had 20 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block, shot almost 50% from the field too. 2 guys off the bench scoring in 20 points today. Cam Martin with 20 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 80% from the field. Tyler Hero, who was virtually a non-factor in the first half, lit it up in the second half. 21 points, 5 rebounds, and assist, 50% from the field. So they had some guys put in the work, but the Pacers had a couple guys do it as well. Pascal Siakam had a bunch of fouls really early in this game, had to miss a good chunk of the first quarter and some of the second quarter because of it, but finished with 18 points, 8 rebounds, and an assist, a couple clutch buckets at the end, even though it was a rough night shooting for him. Aaron Naismith, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, Again, another awful shooting night for him. Was able to get it done at the free throw line and made a clutch bucket at the end. Miles Turner, best player of the game here. 22 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks on 37 minutes, 50% shooting, 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Clutch performance from him, was all over the court today. Nembhard, 10 points on 25 minutes, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. And Halliburton, who was actually the only starter to have a plus on the plus-minus side with a +3. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 blocks. Not a good night shooting. He was the worst shooting of anyone right now. Halliburton has had his struggles ever since that injury. I don't think he's 100%, and I don't think he will be for the remainder of the year, but he has definitely been very off. But nevertheless, was still able to get things done for them. The 2 biggest stories were off the bench were Obi Toppin and TJ McConnell, go figure. Obi Toppin in 16 minutes was a +4, had 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 71%, 75% from 3. Obi Toppin providing some great minutes there. And TJ McConnell, who actually played more minutes than Nembhard in this game, 22 points, tied with Miles Turner for the most points on the day, was a +7, 5 assists and a steal. And shot, I think that's 70-something% from the field. McConnell was insane today, providing a huge offensive spark for this team. So it was a gritty one, guys. There was a lot of bad, but there was a lot of good here from this team. These are the kind of performances you're going to expect when you're going to be in the playoffs. So great job by the Indiana Pacers to hold down that spot in the seeding. They have 3 games coming up. All 3 of those teams on losing streaks currently, and teams that only one of them has a winning record. So if the Pacers can hold on and win these last couple games, there really could be some interesting stuff shaping up in this playoff picture. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this game. And as always, go Pacers.